welcome to Valheim, welcome to Hearth and Home. My name is Adreden, and today I just want to go over my minor trials and tribulations here real quick, with basically being at the plains in my previous playthrough, just the things you're going to need to do to upgrade as you go along in the game, because, you know, foods are now just radically different. So, the first thing I noticed was that on the plains, you know, it was fine, I had lots of stamina, but then I started to run out of food. And some of the staples that I had been making since I was in the mountains, in the swamps, started to not work so well. Not even so well in the Black Forest, because it was just, I just was running out of too much stamina. And so, you know, in here I had been making turnip stew, but here it says you need a, like, station level 2, right? Cauldron level 2 for it, and so I couldn't make it, so that was a bit of a problem. Couldn't get that, like, extra stamina burst after I ran out. So yeah, I've been, you know, messing around with things. So you're definitely going to want to build this one as soon as you get into the swamp, because it requires some turnips. So, you know, it's going to be a little while, but you can get this cauldron beforehand. And probably the main thing you want to do first off is start producing some of this boar jerky. It's kind of a nice balance between, yeah, the meat and the honey that it requires, because it is right here, and yeah, it's a decent food, it seems. We'll see how things develop as it goes, but yeah, once you get that level 2, then you get that turnip stew going. You can do these muck shakes, but as of yet, like, I haven't tried it yet because I have passed this stage, so I haven't really tried this yet. Plus, I don't necessarily have a lot of these ingredients because I haven't been spending much time in the meadows as much as I had been once upon a time. But also, I noticed this minced meat sauce. Though this was also pretty interesting because neck meat used to kind of not be useful after a while, but now there's another use for it. A little bit extends, you know, the use of it a bit more. And then other interesting ones early on, yeah, black soup. It's blood bags, so kill those leeches and get some honey and get some turnip there. And then blood pudding, that'll be later on. Ice cream. This is kind of when you get into the mountains. Keep those freeze glands. Not just for arrows anymore, and those Great War's eyes, because those suckers will be useful as well. Okay, but this starts to require the level 3. And for the level 3, you're going to need to do one of these butcher's tables, right? Okay, so if we look at these guys under crafting, first off, the spice rack right there. You're just basically going to need a number of different simple veggies and herbs, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, you just gather up those, but yeah, mostly the turnip's the tricky one because you're going to have to go to the swamp to get that, so it'll be a little while before you get that. But that's okay. Then the mountains-based one is this one here. And that is the butcher's table, which is here. Which requires some ancient bark, a little bit of core wood, some pine wood, and some sulfur. It's not much. Honestly, pretty easy. As long as you have a little bit. And yeah, that unlocks a few of, like, those things, like I was saying, the ice cream, right? Which was kind of nice. Yeah, that's pretty much that for that one. Then when you get into the plains biome, you're going to want some of these ones here. And as you can see, these are iron pots with some, I believe it's copper ladles, and even a green metal kind of pan. So that one is this guy here, pots and pans, and it's just 5 iron, 5 copper, and 5 black metal, and 10 fine wood. So, you know, it's not that hard to get, but just kind of make sure you have, you know, some of that extra iron kicking around so that you can get to this stage and get it made. But that one unlocked some of the ones that you would expect, right? Like, we've got our blood pudding, which requires the barley flour, though you need to unlock the barley flour as well to be able to see these. So you're going to need that windmill going, milling you all that stuff. And then you get this bread dough, which actually just makes dough. So he's like, okay, well, that's interesting. So we're going to make some of that. Fish wraps, same kind of thing. You need that barley to be able to see anything. Unbaked lox pie, and that's, yeah, more of that stuff. That's pretty much that. But we're just going to grab a little bit more ground barley because I just got this thing working here. What I'm going to do is cook some of this bread, because there's another 2 different crafting stations that I haven't gone into yet. We're going to do, I guess, one of those. See what that's like. And the unbaked lox pie, which is lox meat and 2 cloudberries. So, lox meat and cloudberries and unbaked lox pie. Yay! Alright. So I, in my setup, didn't plan to have all these extra workstations, and this is just a taking over a little base that's been added onto, and not very well organized in this regard, but we're now going to go over this section. Now, if you do want to actually cook lox meat, you're going to need one of these iron cooking stations. You may be able to go over a normal campfire, but this one, it fits quite nicely, as you can see. For that, though, you're also going to need it's actually over here, the forge to make it. So you got to plan your spacing accordingly, or move your forges around so that you can produce it. This stone oven, I do believe, requires... Oh, it's the Artisan Table. Yeah, okay. And so the Artisan Table, of course, if you're new to the game and you haven't gotten there yet, is this one here, which you get after defeating Modder. And, yeah, so this is the other one here. And so to make those 2, you're going to need, for the iron cooking stations, 3 iron and 3 chains. So it's not too bad. Just either kill some wraiths or just keep those chains that you find in those chests in the sunken crypts so that you can do it. And that will be pretty decent. And then for this oven, it is 4 surtling cores, 15 iron, and 20 stone, and the Artisan Table. Yeah, so this is the first time I've actually used this thing, and so I think we need to move these guys into like those. So we do that, and then we look in here, and let's go 3. Okay, we also have to stock it with wood. Good to know. I don't know how much wood. I don't know if I've got to take it out of there. Let's just watch it and just see what happens. Whilst I'm watching it, I'm also uncertain. It looks like it produces smoke, which makes sense because it is, you know, using a fire. So probably going to have to design a chimney system for all your cooking requirements, which at this stage is kind of a lot. Okay, so there we go. That seems to be done. And we just press E and it pulls it out and we have a new lox pie. Perfect. I guess it's the same for the bread. Hopefully less time. Alright. There we go. So pull those out, and I guess that's that. So yeah, that'll be cool to design like new kitchens and stuff. I can't wait to see on Reddit and Pinterest and all these other places all the cool designs that people will come up with. So let's take a real quick look at these ones here. 75 stamina. Ooh, yes. And 75 health. So those are pretty good, kind of opposites of each other. They would basically even each other out. the locksmith itself wasn't actually that fantastic. You actually get a little bit better from the sausage. So, but it's only a smidgen amount. So I mean, the amount of effort it takes to actually make the sausage may not really be worth the 5. It's kind of depends on how your game's going, I guess. Yeah, so we'll kind of, I'll have to experiment more with that and see. And so the other major one at this level is the fish wraps. I might just do those up real quick because I did anticipate needing some fish. One thing I wanted to check also is if you can just cook like normal things on there. Yep, looks like you can cook normal bits of food on your iron cooking rack as well. So you could, in theory, move on from like, your old prehistoric ones out of just wood. So that's kind of a good thing. Grab those. And then, of course, fish wraps. So, I mean, and this is where your playstyle is going to have to come into effect here because, frankly, trying to figure out what works best for you is your own thing. This is for the hit points, which is useful, but I've been finding personally that my stamina isn't high enough for my playstyle. So I might go with something at this stage like ice cream. I don't know. We'll kind of see how it goes. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Those are the basic quick alterations I've done to my base to just kind of get myself going. And this is what it looks like if it's, you know, kind of compact. It kind of can work in one of these little towers for most of the way up, but I think once you get to the plains, you are going to want to probably have more space in your kitchen so that you can do the, you know, better things for the plains. Yeah, it's interesting, the bread. It's kind of an interesting balance across there, and then, yeah. Anyway, I will be experimenting with all this stuff as I finish my playthrough here, and then we'll see about doing another playthrough of the game. It's, yeah, got lots of new stuff, and to see the balance work from the beginning would be kind of interesting. So we'll see how it all goes. Anyway, if you do like this video, hit that like button. If you are new to the channel and want to learn more about Valheim, see more Valheim, I do some streams and I do videos as well. So yeah, hit the subscribe button. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you'll have a better idea how to survive, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye bye.